Hello students, here's a little how-to video to use the PhET nuclear fission lab assignment that we're going to be using. Now you'll notice on the screen I already have this open. It does take a couple of seconds to load, so make sure you're patient with that. Once you get to this page, it's going to start with actually having a uranium nucleus over here, and it'll start with having the uranium-235 over here. Now when you're ready to fire a neutron, you'll notice there's this little neutron fire arm here. You'll click the red button, and that's how you fire neutrons whenever you're doing this assignment. If you need to reset something in order to see what would happen again, then you hit this reset nucleus button, and that'll reset the nucleus for you. Now you'll notice I'm in the tab called Fission 1 Nucleus. So as you make your way through and you start doing different parts of the lab, if you click on a different tab, it brings you to something else. Now this is the chain reaction tab, and you'll notice it's a little bit different. We don't have that graph anymore. Now depending on what you're doing, you'll notice there's some controls down here and a legend up here to show you what you have. The gray dots are always neutrons, red is protons, you have different isotopes of uranium, and then daughter nuclei. And then down here with the controls, you now have the option to have a containment vessel. And then you have this gauge where you can decide how many uranium-235 isotopes or uranium-238 isotopes that you would like. And as you play around with this, if you click on the outside of the containment vessel and hold your mouse, you can drag it and make it larger or smaller. And with this one, you can actually change the direction of the gun as well. So if I get rid of my containment vessel, I can actually tilt my gun up and down depending on where you go. Once you have the containment vessel, you can also do this as well. You just got to make sure that whatever way you're pointing this, that it's going to be pointing at one of the nuclei that you're aiming for that problem. And then the last piece is the nuclear reactor tab, and you'll notice we have this reactor here. I have a couple of control rods that I can actually adjust by clicking right here and holding my mouse down. And if you drag this up and down, you can control how much of the control rod is going to be in the reactor. And then you have this fire neutrons option with this red button. Again, the red button will fire your neutrons. And you can actually fire more than one here, so that's a key piece. Now when you're completing the nuclear reactor part of the lab, you're going to want to pay attention to your energy graphs over here. You'll notice there's a power output graph and an energy produced. Energy produced is going to be in joules, and power output would measure the energy per second that you're giving off. So keep that in mind whenever you're using this. You want to make sure you're paying attention to your energy graphs because we do want power output. And then you want to pay attention to the thermometer up here because we don't want the reactor getting too hot. So those are the three things you're going to need to focus on when doing this lab. And of course, if you have any questions for me, make sure to email me. I can help you or meet up with you to help you with this assignment, but this video was just to help you see how we would use this online lab simulator for that assignment.